Oh, there we go. All right, got 6 o'clock. Let's go ahead and call the village board to order. Today we have a Eagle Scout candidate, Brady Meyer, who's going to lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I'd like to thank everyone for their attendance, and if the minutes can reflect the role of the various trustees and staff. Let's move on to item 3. Entertain a motion for the approval of the March 4th village board meeting minutes and file the 6/18 Police and Fire Commission, the 2/11 Board of Public Works, the 2/20 Public Safety Committee meeting minutes as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second, as always. Comments, questions, clarifications on the minutes?
Mr. President, there's an action item on the March 4th Village Board minutes. Action item number 4 from the report of the Plan Commission. That's the sale resolution for the land to Newman Development. If you recall, the sale resolution mentioned the ability of the president and the administrator to sign the offer, and we amended that at the meeting verbally to mention offer and all closing documents. So the minutes should reflect the change to the resolution to reference this, the ability of the officers to sign all closing documents as well as the
All right, that's true. Any other comments? All right, motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. Item 4, anybody in the audience wishing to be heard on a non-agenda item? Non-agenda item. Sir, can we get your name and address, please?
Paul Riegel, 1505 Wisconsin Avenue, 427. Good evening, my name is Paul Riegel. I'm a New Village resident and a member of the Daphne Fire Department, an organization that I'm proud to be a part of. An organization full of men and women, many of whom are sitting behind me tonight, who have given more to their community than most will ever know. An organization that stands as a shining example of what most departments strive to be in a time when departments like ours often struggle. An organization that Sue and John Meineke seem to be trying to destroy. Why? Well, I don't really know. Is it because the village consolidated dispatch with the county and they feel that the fire department is somehow to blame? Is it because they believe the police department has somehow been wronged by the fire department? Or is it because they have a personal vendetta against the fire chief? I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. But the constant attacks on our department needs to stop. Sue has bombarded the village and fire department with open records request after open records request, and now has gone as far as to file a lawsuit against the fire chief. All this time and energy looking for a smoking gun that is yet to be found, because there isn't one. No conspiracy against her, no cover-up. Just the fire department doing what we've always done, serving the community. Pretty ironic that someone so concerned with how tax dollars are spent is costing the village so much time and money with her absurd requests and her attorney's fees. Sue regularly preaches that she supports the fire department and that others, specifically our leadership, are often spreading lies and rumors to make it look like she does not support our department. Really? Because I would think it's the 10+ times you voted against the fire department request, the negative comments on our leadership, the meeting you had with the village administrator to influence policy change on the use of apparatus in departments members' wedding photos, your husband's unprofessional and malicious attacks on our department, and the fact that you filed a lawsuit against the man who's done more for this community than you'll ever know. And now with her husband John Meineke running for trustee, the attacks have only gotten worse. With John saying at a candidate forum last month that we should eliminate our full-time staff and contract out our services because the village will be getting better service and higher quality employees. A statement so full of ignorance that it barely deserves our attention. But I will not let an ill-informed candidate for public office tarnish the reputation of the men and women who continue to dedicate countless hours to this community. We will no longer sit idly by while Meineke threaten the safety of our community. Meinekes are trying to force the public to choose sides between the police department and the fire department. This is a blatant attempt to split the public's opinion on public safety has absolutely no grounds and no place in our community. The police department is one of the finest in the area, and whose mission is equally as important as ours. We work every day, side by side, our brothers and sisters in blue, towards one common goal of protecting our community. But we need this board's unbiased support in order to continue achieving that goal. So I ask you, President Brunkwell, the rest of the village board, and the entire community to take a stance against these attacks and the convoluted idea that one of these two organizations is more important than the other. It's time for this board to stand up and defend an organization full of men and women who are quite literally willing to lay down their lives to protect this community. Thank you.
more responsibilities and serve an ever-growing community. Some also fail to see the positive changes that have come with us growth. Our membership has grown. We started a paramedic service. We haven't missed a single call for help. We built an atmosphere that promotes serving our community, and we consistently provide some of the highest quality fire and EMS services in our area. One thing's for certain, none of us are in this for the money. We're in it because of the camaraderie with our fellow members and give back to the community we love. We've also become one large family. All you have to do to see is to look at the countless hours we dedicate to answering emergency calls, training, public education, events, inspections, maintenance, and the list goes on. And the one core ingredient in all of us, the most vital piece to making this organization work the way it does is our people. Without our people, we have nothing. And what our people rely on most from you is your support. But over the last few years, instead of trying to work together to come up with solutions to help our organization meet its commitment to this community, it seems like we have to constantly fight for support from some of you. And what you don't realize is that this affects, that we have to, and what you don't realize is it affects this constant fight on our members. Our members deal with incredibly stressful incidents on a daily basis when they are called to help the public. They have to deal with the stress of spending extra time away from their loved ones while they serve their community. They get burned out because sometimes, numerous times, we've been up all night or only get like 2 hours of sleep and then have to go to our regular jobs so we can support our families. And now they have the stress of enduring constant attacks from certain people or trustees on an organization that they have devoted much of their lives to. So we stand before you tonight asking for nothing more than your support. Not the kind of support where you thank us for your service or give us a like on Facebook, but your real support. Support us by considering the effects you have on our members before you act. Support us by trying to see things from our unique point of view, and always by working with us, not against you. Thank you for your time.
Anybody else that wishes to be heard on a non-agenda item?
My name is Blake Szynski. I live at 142 West Walters Drive in Surrey, Grafton.
Just the first two speakers, you hit the time, but I just want to let you know that there's a 3-minute time limit. So. Okay.
If you aren't a part of the volunteer fire service, you probably don't know that the biggest problem right now is staffing. It doesn't matter where you go, finding people who are willing to dedicate their time and energy to training and preparing to answer your call is getting harder. You also probably don't know something incredible is happening right here in Grafton. We are beating the odds. Our leadership has somehow found a way to build an organization that people want to be a part of. They found the right balance of incentivizing the job, empowering the members, and most importantly, developing a culture where people want to dedicate themselves to this community. They've done so well developing this culture that we have members that are actually moving to Grafton. They're moving here just to be a part of this community and our department. A major part of developing this culture is recognizing the need to replace our outdated equipment with high quality and long-lasting equipment that will be able to serve the community well past its time. Don't get me wrong, we still have our struggles. Since 2013, our call volume has gone up 30%. We ran a record of 1,389 calls last year alone. Expecting a volunteer staff to manage this amount of call volume is not only stressful on our members, but a disservice to our community. Most of our volunteers have full-time jobs outside of the department and aren't available 24/7. And that puts a huge burden on the few that are. Thus the need for a full-time positions to make sure that we are able to meet our commitment to the community and keep the stress of our members feeling normal. This culture of dedication and commitment that our leadership has built is in danger. It is in danger of being crippled by the continued lack of support by Sue Meineke and a couple ill-formed candidates of the upcoming election. Everyone around us is watching as our own trustees attack our department at every opportunity. This lack of support is eventually going to start eroding our image and our ability to recruit and retain members, and our ability to continue cultivating a culture of dedication and commitment to our community. I mean, who wants to volunteer for a department whose fire chief is getting sued by the trustee for simply doing his job? Let me put this in perspective. I'll make it quick. Since 2013, the Grafton Fire Department has had over 7,000 fire calls in the mess calls. Over 7,000 times that someone has called for our help, and not even single one of those times have gone unanswered by our department. We were there every time. If you continue to allow these attacks on our department, this incredible organization, and the culture of our dedication to the community that is instilled in our members will fail. When it fails, we lose the single most important part of this organization, the people. And if we lose our people, who will answer the next 7,000 calls?
Thank you. Anything else wishing to be heard on a non-agenda item? Okay, let's move forward. Any items that have been distributed in normal fashion? So let's move on to item 6, resolutions, ordinances, and action items. Item A is report of the Board of Public Works. We have 3 items. We should take this separate. Item 1 is a motion to award project 19-02, 2019 street improvement project, moving North Pine Street from the project to Dorner Incorporated, Luxembourg, Wisconsin, for a cost of $2,592,176.13 be approved.
Make the motion.
Second.
Motion is second. This is our annual street program. Amber, anything you wish to add?
No, just we removed North Pine because the bids did come in over budget, as their contractors are extremely busy this year, prices have really gone up, but removing North Pine Street as well as our remove and replace portion of the sidewalk program, gets us within budget.
Does this still hit our goal of 1 mile?
It does 1.1 mile it leaves us with.
Okay. Questions for Amber?
I have one question. Did we put the bid out last year about the same time, or did we go earlier?
No, we've done it at the same time.
Same time here, okay.
Okay. Other questions? Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. Item 2 is a motion to award the saw cut project to Hard Rock Concrete Cutters of Wheeling, Illinois, for an amount not to exceed $3,711.85. Be approved.
So moved.
Second.
Again, a little bit of a cutback in each road.
No, that one is full price, that's where we just take the trimming hazards and
Oh, so
saw them
that-
off.
That's not part of the sidewalk?
It's part of the sidewalk, but it's
Okay.
separate.
All right, got it. All right, motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 3 is a motion to approve the 2018 stormwater annual report be approved.
So moved.
Second.
Any highlights you want to pass along?
Nope, this is just our annual report that is due to the DNR every year for our MS4 stormwater permit.
Questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. Move on to item B, report of the Public Safety Committee. Item 1 is a motion to approve an ordinance to add to the no parking ordinance 10.36.010, the 17 to 1800 blocks of Riverbend Road, north side, 350 feet to a point east from the center of Yuma Street, and to add to the no parking ordinance 10.36.010, the 17 to 1800 blocks of Riverbend, north side, 836 feet to a point west from the center of Yuma Street be approved.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Amber, do you want to kind of give us your take on your
Sure.
recommendations?
Sure, so this is an item that went to public safety a couple of times. Really, it's a road that was redone in 2016. The north half of the road is under our jurisdiction. The north half is 17 feet wide. So my professional opinion is that is not enough width to allow both parking and driving. Minus the bicycle issue that we could work through in numerous different ways. It's just not enough width there to have a safe driving and parking.
Chief?
I concur. Amber and I discussed this at length, took a look, went out, took some pictures, discussed it, and I concur with the recommendation.
Okay. Anybody from the audience wish to speak on this item? You can get your name and address, please.
Lisa Haley, 2118 Yuma Street. And again, I was at the safety meeting and I spoke my concern about allowing parking on that road. As a resident of Yuma Street, it is very hard to turn left. You almost have to kind of move out into oncoming traffic to be able to see. They're kind of blind hills on both sides. People don't do 25 on that road. I think it's dangerous to allow parking on that, and I think with the subdivision going behind us, and possibly, I heard Riverbend might go all the way through to Port Washington Road. That traffic is only gonna get worse, and it's not safe.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody else wish to speak? Yes, get your name and address, please.
Jessica Townchek, 2064 Yuma Court. I just want to support what Lisa just mentioned. I agree with her. It's an unsafe situation as you pull out of Yuma Street, whether you're turning left or right, there are blind spots there. People do travel higher than the speed limit on that portion of River Bend. And I would also like to point out that the new houses that are going on River Bend, I do believe those are selling. And they're only a couple houses away from being able to park on Yuma Street or Yuma Court if they need to. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to speak on this? Yes.